So guys, I have some really unfortunate news to tell y'all. Today I went into my garage to, run projects and make all that sweet paper off of stuff. Just kidding, I don't make any money. But anyway, I saw an unfortunate sight. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog. And he died in my garage. Sonic the Hedgehog died in my garage, man. And all that he left. All he left were these. That's all that was left of him. No, just kidding. These are some alloy rings that I made out of copper and silver, and I've been making them to try to sell. I've made about, these would be my 7th and 8th ones right here. But anyways, this video is going to show you how I do it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So first I start off with this STL of a ring that I found on Thingiverse, and then I added a funnel and a little thing to hang off a pencil so I can make the mold. Then I load it up into the slicer program here, throw on supports, and then I copy it 3 times in this instant, or actually 2 times typically. Slice it up. There you have it. And then I move it over to the 3D printer where it's printed. And then it's ready to be cast into a mold. Alright, so now we got the mold inserts here. They're all printed out. Now I just got to remove the supports. There you go. So the next step, we got these here. Polypropylene, so it'll last in the oven. Basically, with these, right here, these are a size 18 insert, so you'll want about a 3-inch tall thing. So you'll have to cut one of these to size to use as the thing. The other's for mixing. Usually about 2.5 to 3 inches long or tall. So about here. There you go. Then you line them up on like a pencil or something. Now for the mix here. Now I do a 1-to-1-to-1 thing. So you'll want 1 cup of plaster, 1 cup plaster of Paris, 1 cup of all-purpose sand, and 1 cup of water. Let it bubble down a little, and then you mix. Bring this over here. Make sure it's nice and lined up, and that's when you begin your pour. And you can adjust as you go if you go incrementally. You want to minimize bubbles too. I mean, it's hard to not get bubbles if you don't have a vacuum chamber, but you can do your best to minimize them. Usually mixing them quite a lot in a certain way that I can't really describe it, but you just know. And I want it up to the funnel. And it will float, but you gotta want to keep it upright, because that's how things go better, if it's upright. Honestly, if you cut it too short, then if you fill it up so that they're floating, it's a little better. might fix itself. But anyways, you want to leave it sitting out to air dry for about at least 3 hours. When it comes to drying these things, longer is better. If it's too moist, you might have some failures, or things could even explode, actually. And then after you have this all ready to go, after that's dried for some time, you can put it in the an oven of some sort. I used to use the one inside, but like you know, my parents didn't like me running an oven 24/7 or something. But I bought this toaster oven at Walmart for like 20 bucks or so. Usually the timer would get in the way, but I managed to bypass it with some jank electrical work. So now instead of it's on-off being controlled by a timer, it's a toggle switch, so it will run indefinitely theoretically. I like to run these for at about bare minimum like 12 to 18 hours, but like ideally 24 or more. And that should get you a pretty good mold ready to go. So yeah, on to the next stage. Alright, so it's been about 12 hours on the one mold. Let's take it out and see. So you see it's melted a little, but that's not going to interfere with it. There we go, nice and hardened here. There you have it. So now I'm going to stick it in this propane fridge of mine for the burnout process. Now usually I do this in 2 phases. Phase 1 is a slow burn at a low setting for about half an hour. And this is just to get the PLA softened and stuff. After that is the actual burnout for about an hour, and that's at a higher temperature with the door shut. That burns it to an ash and basically to nothing, so that the mold is completely clear and ready for casting. Now in the meantime, we're just gonna wait. This is a good time to relax. Usually I clean rings with this, but I already cleaned up a lot of them because I didn't have to do anything because my last batch failed. But anyway, this is what we'll be using today. This is I call it scrap because I don't know the exact quantities, but it's approximately 30% silver, 70% copper. Normally, I try to go for a 75-25 blend. So it is the Japanese alloy Shibuichi, but you know, I ran out of pure stuff because it broke. So we're going to be using this. We can make, by my calculations based on the size 18, I can make about 42 of these. Oh, no, 36 with this one thing. However, I'm also going to be making sizes smaller. So it's probably going to be a lot more. And if any of you would like to buy some, just let me know in the comments. I might put up an Etsy shop actually, so that you can buy them. I'll make them on demand to your specifications. So yeah, now we just hang out and wait. Alright, so we got a half hour to burn out. This is usually when I start this. The metal melt. You have it. Now we just gotta wait a half hour until that's done, and this will probably be melted by then. Alright, so we got about 7 minutes before the pour, I think. It's nice and melted, but it's some slag involved. A lot of impurities. I didn't clean stuff I remelted quite well enough. Might be an issue, but, you know, we'll see. Stir. Get a good look in there. Alright, so I'd say it's time for the pour. By the way, don't try it at home in this attire. This is probably not good. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm built different. Actually, I'll turn it off. Take it out. There you go. I think one of the holes was ruined, but there you go. Gotta be very fast about this. Right here. I don't think that was very good. I think we might only get one good one out of this. At all, if at all. Might have to refill. Pick up the pieces for a remelt. And we're going to set this aside to cool. See, when I'm done doing a cast, I use one of these to cast the leftovers into. Here to preheat. That was a lousy pour. And we'll turn this off to save fuel. Although I'll probably have to run it again later, reconstitute this into there to get rid of the excess here. So now we just wait until it cools down, and then we can see if it's a success or fail. Alright, now that it's cooled, we can check it and see if we actually got a successful run or not. Oh, I think we got some right there, maybe. I think we have ourselves 2 good rings right here. That's pretty good. Now, normally I use the vise to get them off, but since these are linked, we're going to try something else. I'm going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut it again. Actually, no, we could probably just cut here. I'm going to get this so I can collect stuff, because this is a very expensive blend. Well, not really, but... There you go. I'm going to have to clean that up, which I will show in a second. There you go. put all the scraps into this little thing so I can remelt in a second. Actually, no, I gotta clean up these bits so there's less like crap, but that's something for later. On to cleaning stuff. This is probably not an ideal setup, but you know, none of this is. An ideal setup would be several $1,000s, which I do not have, so ring 1 and ring 2. Time to clean. I don't know, guys, what do you think? It's kind of ugly. Let's clean this one and see. This one looks a little like I cut into it too far. I think I'm going to remelt that. But we have one good ring, okay? One good ring. So I've actually decided to clean it like I normally do. In this position. I'm going to use this, the bench grinder or whatever to make the edges nice and uniform, because they kind of aren't. I place it in here. And there it is. It's a lot smoother. So basically I'm at the stage, I actually managed to salvage the one I thought I was going to throw away. At this stage you can see it's got sharp edges. It needs a good chamfer to be smooth. So first, to make this chamfer, you have to hit it with the grinding wheel at a certain angle. Good angle. Now it has a smoother chamfer. I'm gonna get, I don't even know if chamfer is the right word, I just know it's like tapered in. Probably isn't the right word, actually. And now it's time to do some finer tuning here. So we're gonna change bits real quick from a grinding bit to one of these bad boys right here. I have a bell-shaped one, but it's like... Actually, no, that one was good. Where the heck did it go? Did I throw it out? No, it's here. Okay. I've never used this particular one to fully process one, but you know, it's the first time for everything. We can see if this does anything. Okay. Smoke them if you got them. Oh, I remember, this one gives a really good, like, smooth finish on the outside. So I'm actually going to move this to a better angle. Blood stain here, a skeeter was stealing all my blood. Let's go! And what you want to do from time to time is just check just how smooth it is. And this isn't smooth enough, I'd say here. That's pretty smooth right there. I think I might switch to a disc bit. Usually when I'm wearing jeans, I do this on my lap, but you know, I'm wearing shorts right now, so. So right here. I think that's about finished right there. might need a little work that I'll do off screen, but right there, this is what we call a good product. So here's the finished rings here, or at least, yeah, they're finished. They're pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, I'm gonna be selling these eventually. If anyone in the comments wants them, just leave a comment saying something, and then just contact the business email on my on the description of my channel, and I think I'll throw it in the video too. But anyway, these are some copper silver rings, pretty freaking cool. Anyways, that's about all for now, and it's out.